Got the goats and sheep grazing together. Yeah, but most of the oaks haven't started.
But they say a pecan knows.
Pecan knows. See, this is why it's important to have mineral out, and as soon as I talk, they leave. but there, we sat here and watched them eat that mineral for a
Sandy will show us.
for a solid 30 seconds before I started talking and filming. But as you can see, they start eating that mineral at a very young age, just a few weeks old. So.
Beth on the right here is going to be the mother, and this is who she's bred to, Dip. These are our two karakachans. So we will be having registered puppies. They will come with their microchip, accurate or age-appropriate shots, deworming, the whole 9 yards. So they're going to be fully vetted, leaving as early as 8 weeks, but up to 12 weeks, and so they'll be ready to go, and we're expecting these puppies to hit the ground really within the next week or two. She's definitely getting round, and he's just here. He wants to be up close and personal in the photo. Come on, Beth. Is this your hole? Okay, so we recently discovered this somewhat cave that's being dug out of this hill, either due to Beth or Dip here, because Beth is pregnant and due to have her babies in the next week or two. So normally they will either dig out a den or they will, what's it called, go in a brush pile. Last time she had puppies, she had them in this brush pile over here. But she really has done quite a good den over here. It needs some more work. So I'm sure she'll be doing that, but you know, we'll see where she puts them. Sometimes I move her or mama dogs whenever they have theirs, just because if it rains, sometimes like dens like this will get flooded out and the puppies will get wet and cold or drown. So just to make sure that puppies are taken care of, we'll make sure they're in the best spot in whatever pasture they're in or born in. But yeah, that's just a look at this lovely crater, because from the side you can't really tell, but then if you come back this way, I could almost fit my body in that.
Here we are with the groundworks to our future container barn. We got 2 containers delivered. We went ahead and used that rotary tiller to till up all this wheat that we had. A really good topsoil here. I took the bucket of the tractor and flattened it as good as I could. No operator by any means, but I got it relatively flat, and we got them delivered. And we used the combination of the tractor and a jack to jack these up and put them on leveling blocks. So this side is a little bit higher than this side. There's a little bit of a crown, so the water comes off this way. But we're level on both of these. I wouldn't say we're perfectly square, but we can fix that down the road. I mean, we're pretty square. We used a string as we unloaded it, as the trailer unloaded it. And now we have a place to put our chicken feed, pig feed, horse feed. We went ahead and greased the tops with just tractor grease, and then the bottoms as well. And we put some WD-40 in these hinges, and let them air out for 2 days because they were cleaned with some kind of degreasing chemical, and they smell a lot better in here now. But these are all watertight, wind tight, and the outsides are a little ugly, but when we're done with it, you won't be able to see the outsides. We will cover them with sheet metal. There'll be a raised roof here, and then Tyler wants an apartment on one side, and then the other side I'll probably put some kind of decking to get up there and sit up there and look over this back area, keep the deer off my field.
My apartment's gonna be the whole top, and it'll have a nice deck, and me and the cats are gonna go up there and have a good time. No husbands allowed.
But yeah, we just took some road-based rock and packed it down really good, wet it a couple times, packed it down again. I'll probably take the bucket back through here and pack it down some more, and then maybe in the future in here we'll put a concrete pad. But we'll be able to drive the tractor up under here or drive the truck up under here. It'll be covered. You won't see this ugly dented blue stuff. It'll all be covered with nice sheet metal. You won't be able to even tell it was a container at one point. What we'll do is we'll cut out some doors back here so we can just walk in and out, just like regular house doors, instead of opening those big front doors. And then we'll have some little bit of a pasture here if we wanted to put an overhang barn for tying up horses, get their feet done, or maybe we have a sick goat or something like that, or sick sheep. We'll keep over here. We have water here, water point over here, so, and then this shoots out into the rest of the property. So we're pretty excited about that. It was a little bit of a interesting experience getting this level, but overall we're pretty cost efficient. I think it's gonna be a lot cheaper than building it from scratch. So you can see there's a little bit more of a crown for the water to run off and go down that way into the grass area. Here we have a puppy in training that we kept for ourselves from our last litter. We are planning on spaying Bonnie, so we wanted to have some of her genetics before we tie the tubes.
Remove. But the only reason she's wearing a yoke is because when they were little, they got to go through this cattle panel to get to their feeder, and so she was still small enough to fit through some panels that we had, and so that's the only reason.
She's got a bunch of sticker burrs in her butt from the burrs in this field.
Her puppy coat. All the animals are leaving.
Yes, they all said bye. But there's a mix of wild rye in this field and a lot of wheat. We wanted them to gnaw it down to give a chance for those warm season grasses that will be coming up here probably about the next month or so. So we wanted to utilize all this and lay it all down. But lots of weeds in here for them to eat. A good mix of everything, really. Some old ragweed from last year. That looks like a shredding disaster right there. I'll pick them up, put them in this pile over here. Ugh.
You can see all the leaves after some baby mesquites have been gnawed off.
This pecan tree is starting to get some leaves, which is a good sign, but some of the others aren't. So hopefully it's just a matter of time. It was very, very hot and dry last summer, so hopefully they made it through and they're not taking a year off. But this one is definitely getting its leaves.
She's about to die. She is not happy at all today.
See, this is why it's important to have mineral out, and as soon as I talk, they leave. but there, we sat here and watched them eat that mineral for a
Sandy will show us.
for a solid 30 seconds before I started talking and filming. But as you can see, they start eating that mineral at a very young age, just a few weeks old. So we finally have some organization in here, and we can find things easier now that most of the feed is out of our tool shed. We keep a bunch of hand tools, screws, power tools, electric fence stuff, all kinds of stuff in here. And I got to the point where we were not able to find anything anymore, and we're starting to get pretty frustrated. But now I still have to organize this corner over here, and then these are just open sacks of feed that we have will come out of here, and then we'll get this little corner here situated. Some of this stuff might end up ultimately going to one of those containers to have some more work room in here. So pretty content with this organization that we did here. Like the dog food, that'll probably go to the shed. We're running low on dog food, so figured we work through that and then get another pallet. And it's actually pretty simple to take that tractor and just put the pallet in the container and push the next pallet back. We're able to get probably 5 pallets in there on one side. My tractor doesn't go left to right, but like the pallet forks, they don't go from left to right. You know, obviously they just tilt back and forward, and then, well, not up and down, no left to right. So there's a little bit of space between the pallets that are in there and the containers. So, but yeah. Alright, so here we are about to build our fence in the next couple days probably, but we haven't used the goat Stay Tough fence yet. We have used the hog fence. It's a little bit shorter. We used it on the back fence line because, and the fence on that side, because there was already like 6 or 7 strands of barbed wire, and that stuff was, I don't know, probably about $250 cheaper than the field fence, the regular field fence, and also the goat fence that we usually buy from Tractor Supply. Tractor Supply doesn't carry the Stay Tough brand, but Atwoods and stuff, other areas do carry it. So we have used Stay Tough brand itself. We just haven't used the goat fence of it. We know why they use the name Stay Tough, because that wire is very tough to twist, a lot tougher to twist than the OK brand that we get from Tractor Supply, or the Gotcho brand. Those are the 2 brands that we've used in the past. But we were buying Atwoods and we saw these, so we went ahead and thought we'd try it out and see. Opening, as you can see, and it's about $15 more expensive than the one we usually use. So we'll see how it goes. Pretty interested to see how it all plays out. And we also got this is a Gotcho brand of barbed wire. It's just a 2-point. We also got some Stay Tough 2-point barbed wire. We'll put one in the middle, obviously, so the goats and stuff don't rub on it. And also, so if we're training dogs or whatnot, they can't get on the fence or go under it. We'll put one in the middle, and then we'll put one on the bottom. Tyler's got her water set up over here. We talked about it in one of our previous videos on how there's no water up here. So we have one of these IBC totes. We used our well water, but we've learned that, you know, our well water does turn a little green after sitting out in the sun for a while. So we do pour, what? Because we don't have any chemicals in our water. It's just straight out of the ground, natural. But that's great, except for whenever you're storing water like this, you get that algae buildup and it starts turning green inside, and then it clogs up the little spigot point, and then the float stops working. So we've learned to pour a little bleach in there, just, you know, little cap full of bleach in there, keeps it from building algae. And then the city water that we get in on our big trailer, it's treated, so that stuff stands up in the sun pretty good. But we'll put something over here. This might not be the permanent spot. It's kind of just something to put out here to get started. But we'll probably build something over it just to keep it kind of shaded. And yeah, everything's coming up pretty good now. Lots of grass coming up. Really hard to get grass grown back here. As you can see, it's a lot of rocks. But yeah.